the bad teams. Check. I just want to celebrate another game they're winning. I just want to celebrate. Sens win 4-3 over the Detroit Red Wings. How are the young guys now? I finally did it! I scored again! Quit taking penalties! The Sens are gonna blow this game. Way to tie up the stick in front. Not. Well done. Just well done. You better believe we're gonna be having a penalty chat at the end of this one. What a time to be alive! What a long and brutal season that was. This team, man! Wasn't a perfect effort from the Sens, but they were playing against the Red Wings and the referees, so they probably deserve to win. But we'll get into that later. Let's kick things off with lineup changes. After losing to Buffalo on Saturday, the Sens made a trio of lineup changes, one at each position. With the Sens on a back-to-back, and Anders Nilsson seemingly being Ottawa's #1 goalie these days, he got the start, while Craig Anderson will get the start tonight against Montreal. On the blue line, Eric Brandstrom got dinged up in practice on Monday, so he came out, and Cody Goloubef drew in for just his second game of the season. Up front, Bobby Ryan left practice early on Monday. DJ Smith said he was sick, so taking his place in the lineup was Max Veronneau, who was recalled from Belleville. This was Veronneau's first game of the season after spending the last part of last season in Ottawa after signing as a college free agent. But more important than Veronneau coming into the lineup was Bobby Ryan leaving it. Like I mentioned, DJ Smith said Bobby Ryan was sick, and it wasn't sick in the way I thought, like a cold, flu, or food poisoning or something. Today it was announced that Bobby Ryan will be leaving the Sens indefinitely as he enters the NHL and NHLPA's assistance program. Bobby is an important member of the Ottawa Senators family, and he will have our full support as he tends to this matter. That was a quote given from Pierre Dorion today, and the only information given. Given that the program is supposed to be confidential, that's probably the last bit of information we're going to get. But knowing what the program is for, there's likely a few options as to what's going on with Bobby. In my opinion, the most likely is a mental health concern. The second, and much less likely option, is some kind of substance abuse issue. I really don't think it's the latter, but whatever the issue is, this is a big concern. Ryan has gone through a lot in his life, from his childhood, which is well documented, to the loss of his mother, to the struggles he's had on the ice, to the injuries he's had a lot to deal with. And listen, Bobby Ryan's contract isn't great, and Sens fans let him know it. And I'll admit, I've had some issues with Bobby's contract versus play on the ice. But regardless of what's going on with that, this is an issue that I care about. Despite some struggles and less than expected production on the ice, Bobby has been a terrific asset to the Sens organization, especially to that locker room, as well as to the community. And he's always been able to handle everything that's going on like a true professional. I don't know what's going on in Bobby's personal life, and I'm not going to make any kind of assumptions, but I really hope whatever it is causing him issues right now, that he's able to correct it. I don't care who you are. Life is hard at the best of times. Let's hope he's able to get his mind and body happy and healthy. We're rooting for you, Bobby. Now, let's talk puck. The Sens come out in the first period and jump on the Red Wings early. Barely 3 minutes in, Anthony Duclair hits Thomas Chabot at the Sens blue line with a pass. Duclair then races down the ice. Chabot flips the puck in the air. Duclair picks it up at the Red Wings blue line, races in all alone, dekes out Jonathan Bernier, tucks it in the net, and the Sens lead 1-0. What a smart heads-up play by Chabot, but what an unreal play by Duclair. First of all, to show his speed, blow through the neutral zone, smartly pick up the puck at the blue line without putting himself offside, and then absolutely undressing Bernier. Unfortunately, not even a minute later, the Red Wings respond. But after further review, The play was ruled offside, and the Sens still lead 1-0. But midway through the period, Andreas Athanasiou blows through the neutral zone, skates into the Sens zone. The Sens defense just keep backing up, giving him all the space in the world. The puck bings around the Sens zone, finds its way onto the stick of Robbie Fabry. He fires a shot on goal. Anders Nilsson gets most of it, but the puck bounces behind him. Logan Brown keeps it from going in the net, but whacks it off his own skate. The puck then goes in the net, and it's 1-1. And the question from my last video is finally answered. When will Logan Brown have his first NHL goal? Well, apparently right now. All harsh joking aside, that's really not his fault. He made an excellent play to bat the puck out of the air to keep it from going in the net in the first place. It was just unlucky that it happened to bounce off his skate and go back into the net. Either way, we're now tied at 1. And then with about 5 minutes left in the period, the Sens think they have the lead. Tyler Ennis drives the puck wide into the wing zone, cuts towards the net, he's stopped by Bernier. Logan Brown picks up the rebound, he fires it in the net, Bernier's glove is in the net, he pulls it out, and the Sens don't have a goal. But then they review it and decide, oh wait, Logan Brown actually put the puck in the net, but Tyler Ennis interfered with the goalie, so it's still not a goal. So Logan Brown goes from having no goals to accidentally banging the puck in his own net, to then putting the puck in the Red Wings net, to then having the goal disallowed. That's a tough first period for a guy that I thought's been actually pretty good for Ottawa. Then with a minute and a half left in the period, the real fun starts. With a minute and a half left in the period, the Sens get a power play, Cholowski gets away with a slash, the Red Wings race back the other way 2-on-2, Filppula trips Connor Brown with a blatant tripping call that even the announcers of the Red Wings knew was a blatant penalty. Filppula then fires a shot by Nilsson, and it's 2-1 Red Wings. Blatant slash by Cholowski? Nah, let's not call that. Blatant trip by Filppula? Nah, let's not call that. Oh, the Red Wings scored? Oh well. What a joke. I was furious when this puck went in the net. I started tweeting up a storm about the refereeing, and even Red Wings fans said, yeah, you guys are kind of getting screwed here. Thankfully, the Sens couldn't let the refs do any more damage before the end of the period, and the Red Wings take a 2-1 lead into the second period. But the Sens come out in the second period and absolutely take over the game. About 5 minutes in, Brady Tkachuk throws a check near the Red Wings bench. Glendening then tries to fight him. Duclair takes the puck the other way, stops up on Mike Green, fires a shot through the legs of Jonathan Bernier, and it's 2-2. First of all, watching Glendening try to attack Brady Tkachuk and then have the puck go in the net. Mwah! And secondly, Anthony Duclair is a stud, man. I called him a GOAT in last night's game, and it was true. He was absolutely unreal, and he scored 2 terrific goals just to keep the Sens tied at 2. And not even a minute later, Pajot forces a turnover at the Sens' blue line, he races back the other way, fires a shot by Bernier, and it's 3-2 Ottawa. Pajot! 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 What an unreal season this guy's having. He now has 9 goals in the month of November, which is the most in the NHL, and he's 4 goals back of the Ottawa Senators' record for most goals in a month. And about 4 minutes later, Nilsson makes a save in the Sens zone, Duclair picks up the puck, races back the other way, blows by all the wings, feeds Tkachuk in the slot, he fires one by Bernier, and it's 4-2 Ottawa. Tkachuk doing Tkachuk things, going hard to the net, and Anthony Duclair, man, what an unreal game. The guy has burner speed, and he showed it on this one. That's all the scoring in the second period, and the Sens would take a 4-2 lead into the third. Then in the third, with a 4-2 lead, the Sens absolutely sit back and are outshot 14-0 through the first 15 minutes of the period. That's just not going to get it done. And late in the period, the Red Wings finally take advantage of Ottawa just sitting back and letting them come right at them. With under 3 minutes left in the period, and the Red Wings net empty, Anthony Mantha gets the puck in the right wing faceoff circle, he fires a shot off the post and by Anders Nilsson, and it's 4-3. And with the Sens sitting back in the period, they now have to hold on for almost 3 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, sitting there I'm like, please just get to the end. I had such a terrible feeling, but the Sens do get to the end of the game and skate away with a 4-3 win. Wasn't exactly a great effort in the third period, but they got the 2 points again. As always though, let's get in to good news, bad news. Anthony Duclair was terrific last night, and that is the good news. Duclair tied a career high with 3 points last night, picking up 2 goals and 1 assist. So far this season, Duclair has 9 goals, 4 assists for 13 points in 21 games. And in 42 games since coming over to the Sens, Duclair has 17 goals, 10 assists for 27 points. Not bad for a throw-in in the trade. Now let's contrast that to the guy he was traded for, Ryan Dzingel. So far this season, Dzingel has 4 goals, 10 assists for 14 points in 21 games. 1 more point and 5 fewer goals than Duclair in the same number of games. And in 42 games since getting traded from the Sens, Dzingel has 8 goals, 18 assists for 26 points. 1 fewer point, 9 fewer goals in the exact same number of games. And the Sens got 2 second-round picks in addition to Duclair. I'd say that's a pretty big win for Ottawa. Duclair has skill and speed to burn. He put all of that on display last night as he was terrific. And that is the good news. Now, for the bad news. I brought this up a couple times in the video last night, but the officiating was awful, and that is the bad news. They blew a blatant goal, then had to use replay to decide, oh wait, the puck actually went in the net, then had to use replay to decide, oh wait, it went in the net because somebody interfered with the goalie. And before that, the refs blew an offside, which gave the Red Wings a goal. Then on the second Red Wings goal, they blew a blatant trip that gave the Red Wings a goal. Then Colin White taps the goalie's glove, gets jumped by 3 Red Wings, and gets the only penalty after he was absolutely tomahawked by Jonathan Bernier. The officiating has just been awful this season, and it was especially bad last night, and that is the bad news. Next up, the Sens return to action tonight when they visit the Montreal Canadiens. The contest will be the first of 4 meetings on the season between the two teams, with the Habs having home games in November and December, and Ottawa having home games in January and February. Coming into the contest, the Habs should have all kinds of momentum against the Sens, as they won 3 of 4 games from Ottawa last year, including 3 times in 11 days, all by the score of 5-2. And so far this season, the Habs sit 7 points ahead of the Sens, so advantage Montreal. But both teams come into the contest having played last night and both had to travel, so that at least kind of levels the playing field. That's it for this video. Hit like if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with your friends, and today's question of the day is, Anthony Duclair is a free agent at the end of the season, and much like Pajot, is having a terrific season so far. So do you move him now for lots of assets, or do you re-sign him? Let me know what you do down below, and we'll see you later tonight when the Sens take on the Canadiens. If the Sens lose 5-2 to the Habs tonight, I'm gonna snap.